Hello everyone, my name is Thomas Durham from Mango Digital. In today's video, we're going over what is a CMS. What is it? What does it stand for? And what do I need to know about it? Okay, the first thing you need to know is it stands for Content Management System. So what does this really mean? Well, you have some sort of content, right, that you need to put on a website, okay? And then this content needs to be managed somehow, because usually with a website there's some coding, and let's say for example you want to change a photo. Many people want to do that and you want to do it quickly. Well, you will need something in there to upload that photo to, and that's what this management does. So if you weren't having that management portion, what's going to happen is you're going to have to write a whole bunch of code to then have that image be uploaded to your website. And then for this last portion over here on the system end, it basically means that, yeah, there is a built system that's live, that's interactable, and when it all comes together, you have that content management system. Okay, cool. Now that we understand a little bit more about content management system, let's go through some examples. These are probably the three most common content management systems. It's not always the case, but we have one, WordPress.org. Okay. Two, we have Squarespace. And for number three, I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball here. It's HubSpot. Okay. So if you don't know, HubSpot actually has a content management website portion to their services. They're not just a CRM. We talked a little bit about how you have the content, you need the management because you have a photo, you need to upload it pretty easily and quickly. And remember, if you didn't have that management portion, then you're going to have to write the code to actually upload that image to the site and configure the size and the shape and all of that. And then the system portion is going to be that interactive system that you can, click and play with. WordPress, Squarespace, and HubSpot all do that. So when you're on WordPress.org, you sign up for a site, you register, you get a domain, and you get your hosting. Then they've already pre-built WordPress.org. They've pre-built a content management system. If you're creating a full stack website simply means that it is 100% from scratch. So in this case, you're actually going to have to create a content management system. WordPress is doing that for us, right? We don't have to code any of this back-end stuff. Another way to think about it is this, right? Over on this side, we have WordPress right here, okay? That's WordPress. And within WordPress, you can, enter a photo. You can have some text. You can put a video on it, right? And there's your web page. And on the other hand, let's say you didn't have a content management system. Well, basically what would be happening is you would have nothing. You wouldn't have that at all. You would basically just have some sort of code writer and code editor. So this is your editor here, and then you're writing the code. So this can be done one of two ways. You're going to go ahead and just write code for everything. Now the issue with this is, what if you want to change something in the future? You have text that you want to change. But what you did is you edited that text, that font, into every line of code where there is font, right? So, I want Arial font on this paragraph on the home page, and I want the Arial font on the About Us page. So if you were to go ahead and make a switch to MyRaid Pro or something like that, well, you're going to have to go on each line of code and change where that font is and what type it is. But with this content management system, It's basically giving you one portal to change all those fonts instead of having to go ahead and write all of that different code. So one input on this content management system may say, primary font for your site. And then it will have kind of a drop down, and then you can pick, hey, I want Myrid Pro, I want Helvetica, I want this, I want that. And you just click and it updates all those lines of code for you. Absolutely easy and simple in one click. And then it may have, okay, here's your secondary font for subheadings, and you can change that. And here's like your tertiary font for some other thing, and you can change it all here within clicks. And then again, remember contrasting that without the CMS, what's basically happening, you're gonna have to write that code. There's no one click. There's none of that. It's, okay, right, this paragraph has this font, this paragraph has this font, this paragraph has this font, etc., etc. And that takes a lot of time. So you can kind of see why there is a content management system. Most websites are going to require probably WordPress.org. The reason why you'd want to build a website fully from scratch, a full stack website, is if you have very specific needs about what you want in the content management system, that could be a reason why you would not go with a pre-built content management system. For example, WordPress.org out of the box is not going to come with a menu content management system. So, within the content management system, you have like your photos that you can manage. You have your text you can manage. You have your videos you can manage. But nowhere is there a place where it says food menu. There's not a specific spot for that. And say you're a restaurant and your menu's constantly changing, well, then you probably want a full stack developer to go and make a content management system for your specific needs. That is, because you are changing the menu so frequently, you want it to be easy. So you could have it instead where all of the user needs to do, go on the site, and then it shows, okay, here's your previous meals that you've had. Here's the prices. Do you want to select a previous meal? Do you want to create a new meal? And then it automatically uploads it to the online menu, and then you could probably remove options if you want it that way. So that's why you would go with a full custom system. There are a few more reasons, but most of the time it's going to come down to like a big project, specific needs, or you want to stand out with your branding and your website. Sometimes if you're using a content management system like these, you can kind of tell that they've been used. It's not always the case. These are still great options. And so let's continue. Squarespace, this is going to be along the lines with like a Wix, because these are going to be for the average everyday consumer. They're really simple and it pretty much does it for you. So instead of having to deal with a lot of code in WordPress.org CMS, they are going to kind of walk you through it. So think of it this way. WordPress.org is more of a CMS for coders and web designers, where Squarespace and Wix are going to be for a do-it-yourself type of project. Although I use Wix to develop my websites just because I find when I hand off the site to my clients, that is going to be easier for them to manage rather than a WordPress.org site. And then lastly, HubSpot. This is going to be for your more enterprise level stuff. I did mention that there's the full stack CMS, which is again a completely custom built CMS system and website. HubSpot is almost there with that full stack ability. They aren't letting you do everything and really customize it. However, they're integrating it with the CRM. So if you're on an enterprise level, you're already a big company, say Microsoft, Apple, whoever, and maybe not even on that level, you're a multi-million-dollar company. Well, you have some sort of sales system, right? Then you can easily build a landing page with HubSpot or a website, some simple website, and then have all of this be tracked through HubSpot's CRM. So customer relationship management. So maybe you have a sales funnel that is going to give people a free webinar. Then you can do that with the HubSpot CMS, build your website, and then all of the people who go through that sign up process, they enter their email and their contact information. It's going to be synced with HubSpot's CRM. Okay. Another example is a car company. They could throw up a quick website with HubSpot. Say they're running a campaign for $5,000 off this brand new car. You could throw it up. And then since they're a car company, they do rely heavily on in-person sales. It's a very sales-heavy business. That being said, it's pretty much industry standard for a car sales group to be using a CRM. So that's where that would make sense, right? And to wrap everything up and conclude this video, you have the content, you need it on the website, so you have to manage that somehow, and you need a system to do it, all right? So that's what's happening. You have the photo, a video, some text. It needs to go on a site. It needs to be managed, and you need a system to do so. Then we have some different variations of content management systems. We have WordPress.org, which is more for developers. You have Squarespace or Wix, which is more for do-it-yourself consumers. And then you have like a HubSpot, which is for a more enterprise level. And then you even have a full stack CMS, which is basically a site completely built from scratch and a content management system built from scratch. Again, my name is Thomas Durham. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this helped. Please like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more web design, entrepreneurial, and digital marketing content. Bye for now.